Hello, Ray here. Hope you are doing well on this fine Sunday. Hope everybody is doing or being safe and well during these crazy times of COVID. Hope you're staying home and being get your families safe and healthy. I know it's been crazy and everybody's probably a little bit stir crazy these days. So, what can you do? Uh, anyway, today we are going to check out. As many of you know, I'm a big fan of the THU over loud stuff. A lot of my videos around a lot of the different packages, specifically some of the stuff that you can get from the Choptones gear. I don't know if many of you have seen that before, but through Slate, I have the THU Overloud, which is the Sim package basically, which is kind of this head. And within this head here, you can go to Choptones, and Choptones has specials all the time. Different packages you can buy from anywhere from like $19 to maybe like 29 or 39. They have specials all the time, and you get stuff like Ola England's amp, the Shure stuff. You can get the all sorts of different types of Fenders, Friedman. I pretty much have most of the packages at this time, and basically what you're getting is tons, like hundreds of different combinations of amps, cabs, microphones, and pedals. And once you put them in, you can basically tweak, move things around, and dial in that tone you like. They recently came out with a Revv. They call it the Revved version, which is very cool. If you haven't checked out the Slate stuff through Overloud, they have a trial version, and you can try the free version of the full package, which has all of their amps, everything in it. If you haven't, give it a try. I've tested out, as you've seen in some of my videos. I've done a comparison of all different types of amp sims, and one of my favorites is the Overloud stuff, just based on the versatility, the quality that you get, and just tons and tons of options. So, with that being said, again, the this one here happens to be the Revved, and as many of you know, that the Revv amps. Up until this point, you've pretty much kind of been limited to either a pedal. They have a couple different versions of their pedal, and then their amps. And I was really hoping they'd come out with some different types of software or something that I could test out. And so recently, I did a video a couple weeks ago of the Audio Salt did the RVXX, which was kind of the Rev, and that was pretty good. Big fan of what this is here, the Overloud stuff. So we're gonna test it out today, kind of see how it sounds, and see what you think. So let's get into it and test it out. We'll try some of the chunky stuff, try some of the cleans. It's had, again, lots of different options. So as always with the chop tone stuff through THU Overloud, lots of different stuff you can try. So we'll check it out. Thank you very much for folks who've been subscribing. I appreciate it. Again, remember, I don't monetize this stuff. This is just, again, as I've mentioned before, just something that I do because I enjoy it. It's the passion of guitar and gear, and anything I can share with folks. And the conversations that we have, I really appreciate you folks asking questions and just kind of your thoughts and stuff. So I really appreciate that. Again, it's not for monetization or anything like that. When you sub, to me, it's just kind of saying that, you've been kind of joining in and listening, and I just appreciate it. So thanks for everybody for subbing, and I appreciate it. And if you haven't, go ahead and sub. All right, let's check it out. Thanks. Okay, so here we are. We can see the screen we have here. We've got a couple other videos going here as well, so you can see some different angles. I'm going to bring the tool right in. So this is, again, the Overloud. I'm going to pull the screen. Again, I love the feature here. Sometimes you can get those different amp sims. You have to go in and set the size manually. I really like that you can just kind of grab that screen and drag it. Such a cool feature. So you can see right now, again, with the Overloud feature here, one of the benefits of having this set up the way it is right now is the fact that you can kind of drag in all sorts of different amps. Again, the way this is set up with the Overloud is that this is the main unit here, and then once you go in, you can select from a ton. You can see all of these. It goes all the way up here, all the way down here, of all the different types of choices that you can get. And again, I think this was like $29 or something like that. So you get just tons of different gear. And over here, you can see, again, all sorts of different things that you can, different packages that you can buy. And I get a lot of these through Choptones again. This one here, again, is the LRS. They call it the Reverend, which is the Rev. And then I've got, you can kind of go in here and set different you know, it comes with a bunch of different settings already, and then you can go down here and then save your favorites. I've got one here that I've got picked, which is basically Revv Amp, purple setting, aggression. It's run through a 412 with vintage 30s through an SM57, which is the setting. You can see also over here, I've got it set up. I'm using this right here, which is basically a emulation of a blues driver, which I was just looking down. I've got these exact pedals right down there. And so that's kind of where I've got it set, and I'll play it here. But what I also want to do is run it through my video camera so that you can hear it in a room mic. So this is through the Studio One. So this would be a recorded version of this. Very responsive, very chuggy. Again, there's a lot of different versatility that you have here. You can play with all sorts of different settings and stuff. And again, we'll try some different stuff here in a second, and I'll run it through the room microphone so I can adjust some different settings and stuff. But I wanted you to be able to hear through my DAW, through Studio One Professional, so I could have a recorded track so that you could hear it. Again, I'm playing through an Ibanez, the Iceman, as it's called here. Very cool, different kind of old school Gibson. I'm sorry, Ibanez. Sorry, Ibanez. That I haven't actually played in a little while, so I wanted to pull it out. It's got some big, think, chunky 60s, I believe it, some D'Addario and YXL, just chunky strings. All right, what I'm going to do now is switch over so that you can hear the in-room camera mic, so you can get a sense of what it sounds like when I'm running it through this, and we'll adjust some settings and stuff here. So you can kind of see there. We'll go ahead and change some of the different settings. I'll adjust some of the And again, you can change different types of settings here. You can click on this right here, and then just select if you want to try different settings. You can click on that. That right there, you can see the different settings here. Revved, 216 Revv, it's the red channel. It's on a 2x12 vintage 30 with the SM57. You can click on this one here, and just all sorts of different settings. Just scroll through. I mean, there's just so many different things that you could select here. let's see. Again, one of the other cool features here is you can actually click on, if you want, you can select, you can turn off this cab that it offers here, and then if you want, you can come in here and actually choose a different cab. So you can scroll down here if you have one that you favor. One of the ones I like right here is this 4x12. It's called the Modern, and just kind of bring that in here. Let's see, I'll bring it here. I'll move it to the end of the chain. And you can tell it's going to have kind of a different... And this handy little feature, you can scroll through different cabinets. Kind of go through, you can see the different ones you can select. You can select a tweed there. They've got that one there is a tweed. You can select a vintage here. And you need to turn down the bass on that. Let me select this one here. See here, it's still playing my... You can select all sorts of different pedals and the whole 9 yards. So, I mean, that's really kind of about it. I'm a big fan, again, of the versatility. I mean, you can select so many different things in here. You know, and it's kind of two different things here. Number one is the THu, I think, is an awesome platform for simulations because it has every kind of amp in it. I mean, every type of amp I think you can think of, it comes or you can get through Choptones or through, you know, different options and stuff. But then again, you've got all sorts of different pedals that you can select. I mean, it's pretty much, you know, and then you could just scroll through all sorts of different stuff down here. They've got tons and tons of different options of pedals and stuff. But again, the versatility and I think the closeness, again, I've played a couple of different, you know, the other kind of Revv Sims. There's not a lot of the Revv Sims out there right now, but I will say that this version here has a pretty great range again. And there's so many options that you have with this that you can set. You can change this thing all the way around. You can, you know, different cabs, different stuff. But again, it's very responsive. Make sure I've got that volume up good enough here so that you can hear it. If there's anything else, those are the different features. Again, they have all these different settings up here. Definition, power, compression. If you want to add a little bit of compression, you can to this. I don't even know if I have a pedal on. Do I have a pedal on right now? Let's switch this pedal for this one. One of the things I also think is cool is you can stack pedals too if you want. You can do this. And you can see it doesn't get too overbearing with regards to, and you can turn off, you hear that little extra hiss go away. But I'm using it right now. I don't even have on a, what do you call it? I don't have included a noise gate, which you can grab this little guy right here, pop it in, set it up right about there, for example, and you can get as gainy as you want pretty much. and it will not tames it really well. I'll crank the gain all the way up. You can hear it's even managing that with 2 pedals and the gain turn all the way up. You can hear it wanting to come out though. So of course I did an exaggeration. I don't have it at that, need it that high. So that is the Revv, the THu. Again, it's called the LRS Revv, and you can get it through Choptones. Of course, you can get the THU separate. You can go through Slate. Again, as I've told many before, I use that monthly subscription through Slate. It's something like $13 a month, and you get every simulation, every pedal, everything they've ever made. So it's very cool. That's about it. Let me know if you have any questions. If there's anything that I can answer, go ahead and just leave it down in the bottom there. I'd be happy to answer any questions I can. If there's something you want to see, I know we kind of went through several things here. I mean, we could spend all day going through the different functions, but I wanted to give you a chance to hear it both in Studio One as a recorded track and then also through the room mic camera. Thanks again for stopping by. Again, if you are would like to subscribe, I would love to have you. And that's about it. Any comments or anything, leave them below, and we'll talk to you guys all again soon. Thanks for stopping by.